Over the years, all the guests we've had and athletes and executives and supporters of the Special Olympics, we're proud to have another segment. We have the award-winning actress Elisabeth Röhm and also a Special Olympics athlete, Stephanie Chang, with us right now. And we're talking about the pledge at jointherevolution.org and also the hashtag Choose to Include. Elisabeth, welcome to the program. And as with the relatives that I have in Nordrhein-Westfalen and Zollingen and near Dusseldorf, I was going to say, woher kommst du? But you've been in America since you were like 1 year old, right?
I was going to say, when you pronounced my last name, I was going to say, wow, he did it the German way. I've been raised in New York and don't speak German, but I take tremendous pride in the fact that I'm going to be in Berlin in 2023 with Special Olympics for the World Games, and that's going to be really exciting.
And you do rock the umlaut. Why wouldn't you, right?
I mean, why wouldn't I go there to talk about more inclusion? It only makes sense. I hope Stephanie comes with me to Berlin. That would be amazing.
So Stephanie Chang is with us. Stephanie, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from California.
Mm-hmm. And what sports do you participate in, Stephanie?
I used to compete in swimming, basketball, floor hockey, and bowling.
Well, that's fantastic. And Elisabeth, when did you first get involved? I know you're the co-founder and host of the Respect Project. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
The Respect Project leads conversations based in diversity that are thought forums. So we invite people in with different points of view, and we lead conversations in a sort of community spirit that, sort of are grounded in respect, self-respect, and mutual respect. So therefore, the sort of foundation of them is based in diversity, inclusion, equality, and respect. And mutual respect sort of leads to understanding that each of us has a place in the world, and we all have value, and we all have a valuable narrative to tell. And obviously, it goes without saying that I think a lot of people still hold a lot of prejudice, and we're telling a story of inclusion because people with intellectual disabilities are great leaders, and especially with Special Olympics, have been leading the charge for a long time since Eunice Shriver founded it. And I was saying to Stephanie yesterday, I said, you're my inspiration. Not only do you do one sport, you do many sports, and I'm sure she would probably beat me in all of the sports. So talking about equality, I think I've been inspired by the Special Olympics athletes, their leadership and their sense of community and their sense of respect for each other. And we all just need a little bit more respect and to have our narrative and our place in the world understood. We just, and I think that Special Olympics has always been about, really fostering a sense of respect towards people with intellectual disabilities and creating an inspirational world around them and their families, and a place in the world that we all can turn to learn from. I mean, inclusive health really does get into some of that. I would say that people with intellectual disabilities have not been advocated for in the healthcare system, and Special Olympics is an organization that also invests in inclusive health for people with intellectual disabilities. So they have been leveling that playing field for people with intellectual disabilities for a long time. And there are some pretty gross health disparities that exist still.
Very well said. And Stephanie, for you, what did it mean for your self-esteem to get out there and compete and represent yourself like that? What did it mean for your self-esteem to compete as an athlete, Stephanie?
I love Special Olympics because I learned to play sports, have good sportsmanship, and confidence to have a healthy body and mind. Thanks to Byline Foundation and CDC, Special Olympics can help everybody with
and Stephanie,
intellectual disabilities like me to get a free health check.
Very nice. And as great as it is to compete, how badly do you want to win? How competitive are you?
I am confident and to be strong. So I have a Special Olympics oath.
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to repeat after me. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
I love that. That's great stuff. By the way, the next Special Olympics are going to be in Orlando. There are already more than 1 million coaches and volunteers involved with Special Olympics globally. And Elisabeth, just since you've been involved, it's been, and I've been doing this show 20 years. It's remarkable how it has grown, isn't it?
It is, and obviously, when Eunice Shriver founded Special Olympics, there was a story within their own family to want to promote inclusion. But I do feel deeply, not having a family member with intellectual disabilities, that for me, Special Olympics has not only inspired me with what Stephanie just said, let me be brave in my attempt to live, to be a human being, to compete, to be athletic, to be seen and to be heard. And I think the story of inclusion, the commitment to respect and equality in our diversity as human beings, for me personally, Special Olympics is my moral compass. I want to move through the world like the athletes and the community with Special Olympics move through the world, and how they treat each other. And I've seen time and time again with athletes, as Special Olympics athletes, how they make room for each other. They're not there to necessarily win. They're just there to live. They're there to be respected, to be seen, to be heard, to have a voice. And, back to some of these issues with, the health services and the resources to improve people with intellectual disabilities and their health. I mean, they have so many more medical complications and die 16 to 20 years sooner than people without intellectual disabilities. So to create preventable health conditions and to support them with inclusive health. And I mean, that's a big part of what Special Olympics does. It trains health professionals, and, the statistics for the screenings that they've given 2 million free health screenings and trained more than 300,000 health professionals and students to treat patients. I mean, they're leveling the playing field to make sure that people with ID are treated like everybody else. And what does that mean? And so the moral compass of that, I think, is, I actually feel all people can live to benefit from the spirit of Special Olympics, and that story of inclusion isn't just about people with intellectual disabilities. It's how we all want to be treated. We all want to be treated equally. And I think that voice is really loud and clear from Special Olympics. So for me personally, it's inspiring, even though I don't have somebody in my own family.
Well, very inspiring words from director, author, actress Elisabeth Röhm and Special Olympics athlete Stephanie Chang. As I mentioned, the hashtag Choose to Include, and you can take part of the pledge at jointherevolution.org in support of the Special Olympics. Elisabeth and Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much.
All right, vielen Dank, ja?
Dankeschön. And Stephanie, you're amazing. I love you, and thank you so much for this interview. We really appreciate it.